just want to talk real quick about what is a change factor. Now, for change factors, we use these with exponential functions. So when we think through an exponential function, we have the ending amount equals our initial amount with our change factor in the middle raised to our time period. So it's this piece in here that we're talking about. Now, generally, that change factor is either growth or decay. Whether we are increasing, makes sense, increasing means get bigger, it's growth. Decay means we are decreasing, getting smaller. How do you know what to do what? Let's think about, just in general, if I have the number 10, okay, if I multiply by 1, that gives me 10. So multiplying something by 1, neither, it does not grow, it does not decrease, it is simply staying steady. Okay, if I have 10 and I multiply by 1.5, now I have 15. Now I have growth, right? 10 to 15, I got bigger. Well, what if I have 10 and I multiply by 0.7? Well, now I have 7. I have decay because from 10 to 7, I have gotten smaller. So you'll notice when we multiply by a number greater than 1, we have growth. When we multiply by a number less than 1, we have decay. So when we think about our change factor, we are going to always start with 1 because 1 is our steady state, right? Remember, if you multiply by 1, you stay the same. If we add our percent change, then we have growth. If we subtract our percent change, then we have decay. Because let's say we are talking about something in there, they say it grows 3% per year. Okay, we're just talking about the change factor here. So if I take 1, it grows, so I'm going to add 0.03. Well, what's 1 plus 0.03? 1.03. And now 1.03 is greater than 1. That tells me growth. So this number inside is always going to be greater than 1 because you're adding the growth factor. If it says, oh, the population is decaying or decreasing by 12% per year. Great. Again, we're talking about our change factor. So I always start with 1. Decay tells me it goes down, so I subtract by the percent, change that to a decimal, and 1 minus 0.12 is 0.88. Notice 0.88 is less than 1, and that tells me it's decay. So that's the idea of the change factor. Could be a growth factor, could be a decay factor, but it always starts with 1, and then you add or subtract based on whether or not you are growing or decaying. Pay attention to the wording, it matters.